Why are you laughing?
I don't know why.
I thought it was going to be more like a struggle. I was free.
Why does everyone have the crack jaw?
There are not a lot of people in my middle and high school that knew me, but there were plenty of people that knew of me.
Would you rather?
Nice. Here we go.
And
He ended up leaving our group because we fucking bullied him too much, thankfully.
it's on site with thank you.
It's on site. Damn.
Oh yeah, clapping.
I gotta give you the clap.
That works. That's fine.
Okay.
All right, that's good enough.
So hey, we're here. And this, don't be frightened. I know we're seeing a bunch of different kinds of pictures and stuff. The garage hasn't been updated. We're doing it at Dakota's house. It's awesome. Look, the whole family's up there. I like it.
It's all Dakota.
But speaking of family, we're starting to grow the MADHouse family. We have Redding in the building. plaguemaskman, one of the young ones.
Press number 2.
Gonna go number 2. All right.
All right.
I really should have put this thing like closer, like to my left.
You should
right
have.
here.
Yeah, I have to do all your...
This
Yeah,
is
yeah.
awesome.
Because I was just like,
Welcome to production.
go back to the auto or the 3-second auto. Yeah.
There we go.
Welcome.
I really should have done that, right? So that way I could just been here with my left hand, like underneath.
I'm not a guest. I'm a switchboard guy now.
Yeah.
Welcome,
Part of the production.
welcome to production, or
Yeah.
as I would like to tell everybody, welcome to the resistance.
I love it. And this is cool to see. We have Hey It's May Nerd over there. We have the other Redding dudes over here. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like it.
Wow.
How did it just switch over there?
I think because you
'Cause you
turned and
could-
you were yelling at
I
that
like
microphone over there.
That's
it
pretty
automatically.
cool.
The AI
fucking knows.
But I'm glad that was good timing. So yeah, we have the Redding crew here. Us,
Again.
just yesterday. When I say it must be when I say Redding. We just had King's Cup. I was gonna say yesterday, but it's midnight now, right? So it was
No, it's
Tuesday.
11:58.
It's
Look at the
11:58?
time.
Okay.
It's still the 13th.
So it's still the 13th. 2 more minutes to go. Dude, this is awesome. We got to watch Canelo Alvarez and Crawford.
That I'm not gonna lie, this podcast is happening much later than it should have, but watching that fight, dude, and being up a little bit later, it was so worth it. It was such an amazing technical fight, and it felt good that I wasn't the only person in the room watching it. It was like, wow, like seeing all the little like minute details that most other people who are not into boxing, they would not be able to pick up on. So it felt good that me and Moose were able to share that moment as well.
Yeah, I would not have enjoyed it if the two of you weren't like, oh yeah, that's actually like a crossbody jab, and so, like it's gonna
Yeah, they were
be worth about
commentating.
3 points.
It was good though. It also was good to like basically throughout the day, my house, for people that don't know, my house is very much a sports oriented house. Everybody that lives here for the most part is a man. And, basically we're just dudes. We barbecue all the time. We watch a lot of sports, and all our TVs are relatively good size. So basically to have everybody wake up after King's Cup. Why are you laughing?
I don't know why.
Because you haven't- you're like, our TVs are good size, and that's correct.
When
but
I
it's
say-
funny.
when I say good
86-inch TV.
When I say good size, I say I'm like,
whole
oh yeah,
wall.
they're good.
You
They're
have
a
a
good
mini
size.
theater TV.
It's like 82-inch TVs and shit like that,
Yeah.
right? Because we're like, no, I need to watch the concussions in like, the
Yeah.
largest format possible. But to basically, have everybody sleep over after a good King's Cup, and then like, see Plague kind of watch sports all day, and he's like, I do not give a fuck about any of this at all. It was pretty good,
Yeah, we had a hard time taking the controller out of Plague's ass because he wanted to just watch his Street Fighter matches, and we were like, "Where is that controller?" And I heard that like, and it was like, "Oh, there it is! It's right there." He was hiding it. It's all good. It was nice though. You got into it after. You were part of it. It was awesome.
Like I said, I wouldn't have turned it on, but with Dakota and Moose being there, I enjoyed it through understanding it through them.
Yeah. Those great matches. Great barbecue too. Damn,
Yeah.
you guys really know how to barbecue.
Dude,
That was a
that's
juicy
the
burger.
second one today, right? Because we barbecued like in the middle of the day, and like Atlanta's like, "Oh, you guys already started?" I was like, "What do you mean, you guys?" It was like the rest of my brothers out there already cooking and stuff at 1 or 2 or whatever time
Yeah.
we woke
Yeah,
up.
like in the afternoon, there was like 15 people here. It's crazy.
It was a party house.
And then all those people left, And then more people showed up again. Like,
Yeah.
you know, now like there's a whole, like the neighbors are over now and everybody's in the backyard.
We're
and
just
stuff.
cycling the crowd.
Dude. So it's like people are like, wow, dude, you guys are like, you know, you seem good at throwing events or like having parties or like, what's the deal? It's like, dude, this is like every day of my life, dude. It'd be a Tuesday and everybody's like, let's drink. Like, all right, fucking.
It's an
whatever.
awesome house. It's lively. It's that's fun. Yeah.
And that's why I'm thankful we have the opportunity to just like on a random whim, like, hey, Reading's coming in, everybody come crash at my house. And then on top of that, you know, hey, let's shoot a podcast while you guys are here. So then we get to ask, you know, questions to people who, you know, may not be, we get to ask questions the community may have about people who are, you know, not as familiar with, such as the great plaguemaskman, our second place finalist for King's Cup 37.
Mm-hmm.
So Plague, talk to me. Like, what was your experience last night? Talk to me about like, was this your first King's Cup?
Yeah, first King's Cup. I've gone to Fitz twice. But this is my first King's Cup. First one I've gone to.
First one, and already getting second place, dude.
Yeah.
Dude,
Yeah.
it's pretty. It's gonna be hard. I mean, there's only one way that you can kind of beat that, right? In terms of getting a better placement, but it's definitely still something to strive for. Even for the people that have won just a single King's Cup,
Mhm.
I could definitely tell. Like, it always feels good to like win this one in particular. So we hope to see you back at the next one. But talk to me, dude. What was your experience? What were you expecting? What have you heard about King's Cup? Kind of walk me through like the whole like, you know, hey, I'm coming from, I'm coming from way north, NorCal, and I'm coming to this event.
Right. Well, I've seen little snippets of King's Cup here and there. I don't usually watch like these tournaments on my own when I'm at home.
Mhm.
But if, you know, someone posts a clip or something, I'll watch it. So my knowledge of King's Cup is very scarce, mostly just through watching Moose play at the one he was at, and then a little bit of Tree Wiz playing. So my expectations were non-existent because they had nothing to base it on. But then going in and helping with setup, familiarizing myself with the play, it's a really nice venue. It's super cool. And then as people started showing up, getting those casuals in, the crowd started going and stuff. Like it was a very cool, very lively event. And then I had to wait 2 hours to play my first match.
Yeah.
That took a minute. But in terms of playing, I feel like I thought it was going to be more like a struggle. And then up until like top 8, I was free.
Free. Yeah, everybody in the bracket, dude, they're looking at, they're like, who did I get beat by? Blake?
Yeah.
All right, I remember this.
Yeah.
It was cool to see like the Reading crew come in, you know, Joey, Moose, Blake, aka Frogo, right? Everybody come in and kind of like do their thing. And then like you were very much focused on playing. You were over here doing like all sorts of like Tai Chi and like stretching and stuff or whatever in your suit. And I was like, damn, this guy's like serious. He's like, he's getting loose, he's getting ready. And nah, dude, it was a good it was cool to see you like basically, like I said, just be like player focused. But I mean, what was it like being on that stage? You know, having like knowing that your crew is the one running the stream, seeing the pop offs as you were getting those crazy wins, and like what was talk to me about how like you were feeling like mentally. Was there any sort of like anxiety or any sort of stress like that, like as you were going through top 8? Or I don't know, like we'll talk to me about.
So in the beginning of top 8, because I only played 4 matches total in top 8, because I won all of them up into Scythe, so I didn't have to play too many. But Cubano Loco, I fought him before, so that match wasn't the most stressful thing. I was talking to him for a while before our matches started because he he put Scythe into losers. So I was talking to him a bit about that and his like counter pick to the Guile and everything. And then we get killed up really early. And in a lot of these events, I'm used to once top 8 winners is finalized, all the losers matches then get played to see the top 8 losers side. So it was kind of funny being like talking to El Cubano Loco and then being called up like 10 minutes after my match to then go up with him. I was just happened to be talking to him, and then he was my next match in top 8. So we both walked up together. And then having fought him before and knowing, like, expecting what to see, it was pretty easy. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I mean, in terms of like, you know, to speak a little bit about why you had to wait 2 hours and like, you know, why the bracket was ran the way it was, where it's like, hey, why isn't like, you know, grand finals after like loser semis or anything like that? It was our biggest Street Fighter bracket that we've ever had at King's Cup. It was the biggest King's Cup we've ever had. 181 people, 107 people in Street Fighter. I think it was only like 3. Manny told me there were only like 3 DQs, but I feel like I remember DQing at least like 5 people, right? It doesn't matter. It was still a massive bracket. We said, the hell with the cap, and we're just like, we're just running with it. You were seated so high that I was like, damn, you're gonna be waiting a while. There's so many round 1 matches, but yeah, I try to work through them as quickly as I can. To another point, right, where your experience is more of like, hey, once top 8 is finalized, then you kind of just like, whatever. There was so many people that were doing so well in Tekken that Atlanta can speak to, and Street Fighter at the same time. Atlanta running Tekken, where it's just like, dude, they need to lose already, right? I bet you even Redding was feeling that pain as well with like commentary. They're like, bro, we need commentators, like we need whatever, but all our commentators, like dude, Moose kept winning, and it's just like, dude, stop, like.
Yeah.
But it's just like, yeah, it was an interesting bracket, and then we had to kind of run it like, to make sure that we weren't in a position where we had to like kick everybody out at midnight.
Yeah,
and we had to get it done as close to midnight as possible. So the fact that we only ran like 30 minutes over was pretty big. But yeah, that's not your problem, right? That's the stuff that we have to deal with. But
yeah. No, for the size of the event and knowing the production and how it's done and everything, I feel like it was done in the timeliest fashion that it could have possibly been done in. So I'm not like, it was a great event.
Dude, I do appreciate that. Yeah, I know me and Atlanta, we try our best to like get it done, but yeah, man. I mean, something that we were pointing out, like we were all shopping like earlier today about like everybody popping off and such, is like, what was it like when you were on stage and you were seeing like, Redding, like you were seeing like Joey in particular, like jumping up and down and like popping off and shit. Like, talk to me, dude. Did you even see that happen? Like right next to you?
So for the Crazy Diamond match, I was locked in. I blinders on, just seeing the screen, nothing else. Then once I won, standing up and then seeing him there just outside the stage, he was going crazy. He was on it, and I suddenly felt that like, this means something. This is like, people are excited. And so that was really cool, seeing like the pop off just after it even. And I guess I'm proud for what I did and for what I did meant to other people.
Dude, for real. Like it was sick in like a variety of different ways, dude. Also, like just the way you present yourself also had a lot of people really questioning like what was for the people who don't know who you are, right? It I don't want to say it caused like a stir, but definitely you were noticeable in like an entire crowd, right? With your apparel. And for the people at home that don't know, who have never met Plague, right, besides what he's wearing right now, could you describe to me like how you dress yourself, how you present yourself? What is the, I guess, like the inspiration behind that? So first and foremost, like what is it that you normally wear, right, to tournaments?
All right, normally it's the like full suit with the like blazer, button-up shirt, tie, loose tie. And then we got the matching pants and the dress shoes. Now, the color of the dress shoes, pants, and jacket, the color of everything changes a lot. I've worn a variety of different suits. At NKO, I was wearing the white suit. At my first appearance at Fitz, I was rocking the Harry Dubois, the horrid necktie with the green blazer. And then I've worn the brown suit multiple times, gray suit. I have a black suit with a white and pink undershirt. And then, so I like to change my appearance color type, but keep it the same always with the suit and tie.
I apologize. I'm not familiar. When you say Harry Dubois, like who is that?
Disco Elysium. You never played it?
Ooh, I like that. Yeah.
No, I've heard of Disco Elysium a lot. I have no clue who that is.
All right. So the best cop on the force has traumatic brain injury caused by an overdose and loses all of his memory. And then he wakes up and needs to solve an unsolvable murder.
Okay. I'm like, what?
It's
So
a
that's
pretty
Disco
game.
Elysium.
It's worth playing.
I was describing you to my family earlier, right? Because when I was inside or whatever, and we were cooking stuff, I was like, yeah, man, this guy in here, Plague, he's really good, man. He came in second place last night. He dresses like somewhere in between Miami Vice and like Al Bundy. And they started dying laughing at that shit. They're just like, all right, I see it. I could definitely, whatever. But nah, dude, it's definitely something where, for me, I used to dress up in a lot of suits and stuff like that. So when I see someone like low key flexing who comes like business casual,
Mhm.
I like definitely appreciate that. And then when I see you putting your little office together, I'm like, dude, this is fucking awesome.
Yeah.
But was it one day where you went to your first local and you're like, this is the look, or like what is it like? Is that how you dress in your like free time? What
Oh
is
yeah,
it?
I've been wearing suits since middle school. I've been wearing suits for a long, long time now.
Okay.
And going to my first local, and then seeing, people's reaction to it first in that scene, because people throughout my entire life have been like, "You wear that every day? Is it like an event today?" And I'm like, "Nope, every day, all the time." And then going to my first local and seeing their reaction, I'm like, "This will do numbers."
That's such a good phrase, dude. This will do numbers. I did something like that like in elementary school one time, right? I forgot what movie I saw, but basically I had the inspiration where I was like, I'm gonna wear my blazer with like a plain like t-shirt and with like jeans and like whatever I normally wear, right?
The
Except,
E3
like,
look, yeah.
yeah. Like you said E3?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly, right? Like tech bro or whatever. And I wore it like on the last day of like, 5th grade graduation. Everybody was so shook. They're like, what are you doing? Right. Because I was just like a weirdo. I was a nerd who was like into Halo 3 and everyone's like, fuck you, nerd, or whatever, right? Like, whatever, right? The point is, I'm just like, I can't imagine like you were just like actively doing that in middle school and just be like, yeah, this is it. Like, this is the truth.
Yeah,
right
no
here.
kid does that. Wears a suit like
Yeah.
in middle school.
I mean, I'm gonna be real. That didn't make me cool in middle school. I was still the weird nerd kid.
No, but at some point, dude, they're gonna sense like the confidence level. You're like, he just keeps doing it, dude. Like,
Yeah.
what are we gonna say to him? Like,
No, I like to say there are not a lot of people in my middle and high school that knew me, but there were plenty of people that knew of me.
Oh, yeah. The
I
gimmick.
love that.
Yeah, it's good stuff. So you guys all came, to King's Cup and stuff. Is this going to be a regular thing? Like, what's the plans with Reading, and like, how often are you guys going to be coming down here and stuff? It's a long drive, 4 hours.
So I might be able to answer that question. We are trying our hardest right now to look for opportunities to give people a platform in terms of like, being able to stream at like a big event like King's Cup and such, right? Considering our partnership with, Reading FGC, Second Wave and such, we're just like, dude, why don't we like give you guys like, hey, like the last time Joey and everybody came to King's Cup, they were like, bro, this shit is awesome. It's like, well, dude, hey, we know we have some stuff in the works. NorCal Knockout round 2 has just been announced, and we're like, hey, what's a better platform to get that pushed out there than using King's Cup? If you guys are going to come all the way down from Reading, let's just give you the opportunity to run Street Fighter. It's the game you guys love. It's the game you guys talk about constantly. Let's just make that happen. So what we're thinking right now, just as like MADHouse and like our operation at King's Cup, is every 3 months we want to have like a rotation of like who we want running the stream, right? So next month it might be Salinas running Salinas running their own stream, right? They might be running Tekken, they might be running whatever, right? And then the month after that, maybe we find another group. Maybe it's the Cats out of Stockton. There are people who I really like their work, and I see like, hey, maybe if they had like a little bit more of an opportunity to see like, hey, if they had X, Y, and Z set up, it would look really good in this form, right? Or hey, they had this equipment, whatever. And then maybe that third month, right? The next King's Cup, maybe then we bring back Reading, right? Because it's a lot. I know it's a lot for you guys, right? To come all the way down here. So it's very difficult to expect like, hey, are you coming back every month, let alone like every 2 months, right? So I don't know. Joey, does that sound about right?
Yeah, that sounds about right. I think mainly it's like a lot of us work weekends, so it's like, hey, we gotta have PTO, let alone the funds,
Yeah.
And anytime we can get to come down here, though, we're here.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Something else that was pretty awesome that I noticed. I don't know if any of you guys noticed this, but you and Joey Salami made the announcement, right? The Reading announcement, and something that was kind of cool. It was like Joey, is like, hey, I'm Joey. And then you said, hey, I'm Dakota. And like everyone went bananas. Like, I don't know if anyone, did you notice that?
No, I couldn't hear shit in my headphones.
Oh, like for some reason, like it's probably because you've been TOing a lot, calling people's names. You've been getting familiar with everyone. But I don't know if anyone else noticed this, but like I noticed it when you said like, when you just said, hey, because I guess you're not on the mic a lot too, like on the commentary mic, but you were up on the big screen. I think I got a recording of it too. And yeah, when you like announced yourself, everyone started cheering. It was like pretty loud. I was like, dude, that's epic. Like it was pretty awesome.
It's probably because it's like everybody's so used to like me calling like their name. It's fucking weird for them to hear me call like my own name. They're like, what the hell?
Yeah.
Dude,
I appreciated it. It was like, whoa, this is a moment for him. I hope someone got that recording. I don't know. Like it stood out to me. I don't know if it stood out to anyone else, but like I hope someone got that recording. I think I did, but I gotta see. That was
I
pretty
hope
cool.
you do.
Yeah. And then when you announced your name, everyone's just like, boo.
Yeah, that happens a lot.
Oh, that did it.
Yeah.
That did it.
Sorry.
May's in the background. She's like, you bitch. Get off him. Get off my man. No, it was fun. It was a great time, dude. I felt it before we went to King's Cup. There was like, something in the air, and I'm like, dude, I feel this is going to be good. And, we got there. Everything went off without a hitch. And yeah, it was one of the greatest. It was one of the greatest times, dude.
I'm really not going to lie to you, Plague. I was rooting for you. Like, there were two people who I wanted to win this whole thing. And I really wanted it to come down grand finals, right? To Ninja Blaze versus plaguemaskman, dude. That would have been like the dream scenario, right? Considering like Redding was the one that were like, Redding Crew's like streaming and stuff. And like, dude, now you have the opportunity to win on like your own like platform and stuff on the biggest stage at the biggest bracket that MADHouse or King's Cup has ever had. But it was like, man, because I like rugby and stuff like that. It reminded me of like South Africa, they had they were like the worst team in rugby. They hold the World Cup, and then they're the ones that win it. It was like, dude, I was like drawing so much from like Invictus. I was drawing so much parallels. I was like, dude, Plague has to do it. Ninja Blaze is out. That fucking sucks, dude, but Plague can do it. And dude, it was so fucking close, dude. Scythe is so good. Can you speak a little bit about like Scythe and their play style? And like, I don't know, like what was the thing that maybe that impressed you, or that you're like, hey man, I really should have took advantage of this. Walk me through that.
Right. Well, first going into it, the previous match before grand finals was Scythe and Crazy Diamond. Me putting Crazy Diamond into losers, having to fight Scythe to get up into grand finals. And I was really rooting for Crazy Diamond because I was like, I took that once, I could take that again. But Scythe, first of all, Honda Guile, terrible, historically difficult matchup. And then Scythe already having the reputation behind him of 33rd at Evo.
Yeah.
That's real high. That's real high. So that was pretty scary to me. And then another one being thinking of the crowd, like, do any of these people want to see 6 rounds of Guile zoning the shit out of Honda? That's like the worst crowd experience in the world.
Yeah.
But Scythe did take it over Crazy Diamond, and we went up. And then almost immediately in like the first game, I was like, oh, he's not like online ranked Guile. He's like hype. He's like good at this game and fun, because he could have sat full screen and zoned the shit out of me and probably won with little to no effort. But he didn't do that. He was in my face all the time, buttons, drive rushing in, doing like feints and faking and poking. And he put himself in a lot of danger that he realistically didn't have to. And in the end, that one made it a much closer game. And number two made it a much more fun game. Definitely for me, and I assume for the crowd as well. After the reset, it ended up going down to 2-2, real close set, and then him finally taking it over me in the end.
What's crazy is, and I'm not sure if Agent Moose Man over here, he's gonna maybe agree with me or not, but when we were watching the Canelo Crawford fight, I felt like I was drawing a lot of parallels between like even watching your grand finals last night. Considering like Crawford, the last time like you see like Canelo like losing to like a smaller fighter or whatever, is like Mayweather just kept him on the outside, or just stayed on the outside and just kept peppering him, just kept trying to get up on points, not really doing any damage, but just like elongating and prolonging the fight, right? And Canelo at that time was super young, right? He probably even shouldn't have taken that fight, but it was like he just played really defensive and just played really boring. Guile, being in that same vein, could have just, like you said, just could have kept zoning you out, right? But he was in there and he wanted to plant and stay in the mix. So it was just like, it was crazy, right? Am I not wrong by like thinking that?
That's a perfect analogy. Like I didn't know where you were going with it at first, but yeah, like you said, Canelo wanted it in the pocket. Crawford gave it to him, dude. Plague wanted it in the pocket. I gave it to him. It was fun.
It was like,
Yeah.
dude. So that's why I was saying, like, even watching the boxing match, I was just like, holy shit, dude, this is awesome, man. Like, so I don't know. Yeah, it was like you said, it had the opportunity. Even describing it to my family in the backyard who knew nothing about Street Fighter, right? It had the opportunity to just be like very boring, but no, it was very hype. It's just unfortunate the outcome wasn't what we wanted.
Yeah, but even I would say in the only other like comparison I have to a thing of this nature is NKO, and I'm much more happy with this loss than my loss at NKO because everything that I in the moment wanted to happen did happen. I didn't have any major drops that caused me to lose games on stuff that I should have gotten, but I didn't. I feel like every win that I deserved, I got, which meant that my losses were equally as deserved. Whereas at NKO, I dropped so much stuff. There was so many combos and instances and things where I had the right read and had the wrong execution. So in this tournament, I'm much happier losing than it was at NKO.
Would you say some of those drops or some of that lack of execution was due to like nerves, or it was just like, hey, I don't know, just like having a bad day, or like?
I think there's a lot of things that go into that. Number one, tournament nerves. You're in an uncontrolled environment that's very loud with a lot of people and the things like that. Number two, I mostly play online, and the basic frame delay on an online connection versus an offline connection is noticeable if you play mostly on muscle memory like I do, where you're doing commands and things to a very specific timing, and that very specific timing is not working. And so in offline setups, I drop way more stuff than on online setups.
It makes sense. I mean, so remind me again, where did you place last NKO? I remember you made it really far. I remember.
I placed fourth.
You placed fourth.
Mhm.
Yeah, dude,
I-
that's awesome.
Only ever losing to first and second place.
Dude, that is crazy. Yeah, another the Hondamir and then Ken. Yeah, right.
Yep.
So Sita, it was Sita, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Sita. I finally got to meet them, like actually have a conversation with them at a Ride of the Valkyries in Sacramento. But and then of course Shreewiz, right? Who you see at Fits like all the time.
Yep.
But yeah, dude, I'm really excited to see, like, after a year, we're gonna come back to the Wind River Resort and Casino, and
On the casino floor this time?
Yeah,
I like the point. That's great.
Moose. Do you remember the date? Someone plug it, please.
It is May 16th.
Saturday, May 16th, 2026 at the Wind River Casino, dude.
Mhm.
It's gonna be a good time, dude. I'm really hoping that you like even go further the next NorCon knockout, dude. Hopefully you get to take home the gloves, right? Since we're not doing a trophy or anything like that.
Yeah.
That'll be cool. I think since last NKO, my everything has gotten better. Timing, pressure, execution, everything is better across the board. So hopefully that will, next NKO, maybe I can show off how much I've improved. And it'll be really nice to, at all these tournaments, like Fits and Ride of the Valkyries and King's Cup and NKO, I never made first. I make it really close. Ride of the Valkyries was second, Fits was fifth and seventh, NKO was fourth, and then King's Cup was second. Never first.
Mhm.
So hopefully at the next NKO, maybe I can take it.
Dude, yeah. I mean, hopefully we get to see you take a first even before that, right? Like May all the way next year or whatever, dude. There's still plenty of King's Cups. There's plenty of Fits. There's plenty of dude, even if like a cartridge cartel did, I think it would be sick to see you at John's place. But something I haven't been curious about, and probably a lot of other people are curious about, right? You're located in not the Doxy, right? But you're located out of Chico, right? Yep. How did you get mixed up with like the Reading crew, and right? How did you start traveling like all the way north to the Reading, and then like representing them, and then like now like talk to me through that whole process or whatever.
Well, originally I was just a kid playing ranked in his room at 3 a.m. in his underwear.
Yes.
But I was like, okay, well, I want to keep doing this, but I want to get out of the house because this place sucks. So
Perfect.
I started looking for places around me, and I obviously started with the Chico FGC, seeing if they were still a thing, and they were a thing until COVID. It killed the whole operation, and no one does anything in Chico anymore, and it sucks. But I did find, strangely enough, a Facebook post about a group in Reading. And I was like, okay, there's a Discord link here. And I joined, and I was just playing online with those guys until eventually I was like, I could make the drive. I could do it. And so I drove up to Reading. It's like an hour and a half if you include traffic. And then I went there, and previous to me was Lincoln was the best player there. And then I showed up and was, kicking ass, doing what I normally do. And then Lincoln showed up, and they were like, "Oh, you got to play this guy. Like he's our best guy. This guy has been like kicking ass all night long." And then I play him, and it's at that time, which was like a year ago. And my perception is time is not very good. It was a struggle, but I did end up beating him quite a lot. And they were like, "Oh, like what rank are you?" And I was like, "Well, for a little bit, I was like top 300 player in the world, like Legends rank Honda." And they're like, "Really?" And so then I became like the guy, and then especially going down to like Ride of the Valkyries and stuff with them was like my first out of Reading like thing with them. Getting second, they were like, "He's our guy." He's him. And so that original group I entered ended up breaking apart due to a bunch of different reasons. But then Joey and Moose and a couple of the other guys founded the Reading FGC as we know it. And so I continued along with them. And since then, it's just kind of been smooth sailing, just showing up to places, kicking ass, doing what I normally do.
Awesome, dude. Yeah, no, I was always curious. I was like, this doesn't make any sense, dude. You're all the way like, like an hour and a half like south. Like I don't know. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, there are plenty of people, right? Like Katsu is always on the fence, right? Like Katsu definitely represents like Salinas FGC or Salty FGC, right? Salty Salinas. But then they rock like the MADHouse tag or whatever, right? Obviously Katsu like helps us out with like production and a bunch of other shit, but it's just yeah, I don't know. It's always funny to see that where it's like, hey, the location doesn't necessarily like tie you down so much as compared to like the bonds that you built like through like competition and stuff, like playing online and such. So
yeah, at NKO even they were doing the announcement for top 8, and Moose came up to me and he was like, "Dude, like we're doing this announcement, we're mentioning all the players and where they're from. Do you want us to say you're from Chico?" And I was like, "Nah, fuck Chico. I hate that place. I'm from Reading. This is where I represent." And he was like, "All right, cool." And then they went and did the announcement.
I know boxers in a lot of cases, they'll go be like, "Oh, from Russia by way of San Jose, right? Or by way of, some other location, right? Because they're like, oh, I was born there, but I grew up here, or I trained here and this is where I live and such." So that could be something else, like another way you put it, guys, in the future, right? If we want to make it more boxing oriented,
I hate
you
Chico.
just be like, "Yo, fuck Chico, dude."
Yeah,
Just like,
it's a hell town for bastard people. I hate that place.
Oh my God.
you know what? I've been the I've been to one Mortal Kombat 11 tournament there. And I was just doing random shit and lost immediately. So you know what? My experiences of Chico have not been great either.
Yeah.
It's as limited as mine are.
Neither mine. I've been there for 9 years.
So we're all not fans of Chico?
Yeah,
Guess
no,
not.
that place.
Okay, well, I was like, dude, hey, maybe we could like run something with like Chico State or like any of those guys. But it just sounds like,
There
nah,
goes
just
that.
fuck that. Give up on them right now, dude.
They're gonna listen to this and be like, "You guys aren't invited here."
We were fucking desperate to like be there to
I know.
begin with, dude.
Please
It's
let us
fucking, nah, at some point, I always joke about like us traveling around and like what's the better way to travel and hold like regional tournaments than like basically running some sort of collegiate circuit, right? Like working with all the esports groups and making that happen. But it's like, I don't know, dude. Like I think about running something at Chico. It's like, are people really gonna be driving out from like all directions to come to like Chico or like where my best friend, like Merced for that matter? He's like, "No, there's a big gaming group there." I was like, dude, I've been on campus, dude. It's not happening. Like, I mean, dude, Merced out here catching strays.
Wasn't even in the conversation.
Oh, it's just fucking Sencal. Yeah, dude, I don't. As I don't know if anybody could tell this. There was no plan coming into this podcast. We have a lot of questions about you, but it's just like, dude, it's Nah,
We're shooting the
Well,
shit.
since we're talking about like actually them going all over the place, are there any plans for you to go anywhere else? Like, is there like a dream trip that you guys all want to take? Like, Reading goes to CEO or Combo Breaker or any other tournaments like that?
When you first said, speaking of, if they're going to be like, speaking of people we hate, like,
It's getting deep.
But,
It's
no,
getting deep.
like Reading trips. We went to Evo. That was really cool. 7-hour drive across the blank desert. That was cool. You fall asleep in the back seat and then you wake up and it's the same outside.
Wait. From Chico, it's 7 hours.
I drove up to Reading, and then from Reading we all left in one SUV to Vegas, and that's 7 hours. Yeah.
Wow.
You guys are troopers.
It's-
I love that.
It was like
I was like, that
Is
is
it 10?
bullshit.
Oh, he just slept and he's like, it's 7, I guess.
It could have, yeah. I could have been asleep for fucking 24 hours. I look outside, it's still the same desert. It's
Yeah.
all the same. There's no passage of area.
I'm like, bro, it takes me 8 hours, dude. And if I'm hauling ass, dude, it's like basically to like, and I don't even cut through LA. I'm like cutting like around, whatever, like north of LA. And I'm like, dude, if you're coming from like 3.5 hours north on top of that, it has to be at least like 10 plus hours.
All right, well, that proves my point more. We made a total of like 22-hour drive there and back.
Yeah. That's tough, dude. That's fucking. I for anybody who's like living like in Oregon or whatever, it's like at that point, if they had to do what we do in terms of like running like any sort of BYOC or any sort of bracket where they need like a substantial amount of equipment, that's some bullshit, dude. Like,
Yeah.
so yeah, it's the drive is tough. I don't mind it at all coming from San Jose, but it's fucking tough no matter what.
It's definitely rough. But in terms of future plans, I don't know. I just play the game. That's what I tell. I don't plan anything. I don't set anything up. I just play the game. That's all I do.
Okay, but like, have you ever? I mean, like, what do you know about like tournaments like CEO or like tournaments like like Frosty Faustings? Have you heard anything about those? And do you even want to go to something like that far out?
Sure.
Nice.
Like whatever.
Like,
Are there people that
Like
Street Fighter
I
there?
literally just travel with my boys and we go to places.
Hey.
And if they're going places, I try and go there if I have the PTO. I'm
Mhm.
not going anywhere on my own.
So let
I
me
like
ask you a
my house.
hypothetical then, right?
Yeah.
So you're not going there on your own, right? So the
No.
hypothetical was like, hey, what if like, like Reading and like MADHouse came together, dude, and we're like, we want to sponsor you, dude. We're gonna send you to CEO representing, Second Wave or whatever
Uh-huh.
brand, right? Or like Colgate came to you and they're like, yo, we want you to be like,
Okay.
yo, yeah, fresh breath plan or whatever, right? Like
We probably need more of that in the FGC. We need more.
no, we really do.
Colgate, please say
That
this.
and Dove.
Yeah, Dove, dude, just people like just shitting and not wiping. Yeah, dude.
We need more dude wipe.
Maybe-
Yeah.
Yeah,
best.
Charmin.
I desperately want to get a sponsorship going with like Dude Wipes and like Old Spice and like all these fucking brands.
Oh.
Like, yo, save us, dude.
Please.
But like, if a brand came to you and they're like, we want to sponsor you and we want to fly you out to this tournament and you're going solo, are you just like flat out being like, nah, dude, I do this for my like with me and my friends, or is it like, nah, I'll go where anywhere is there to compete?
I think in that situation, I would end up going, but if I'm going on my own accord with my own funds with no one else, there's not really a point for me.
Mhm.
So if I'm going on someone else's dollar, sure, I'll do what you want me to do.
That's the best. That's the best.
And then if I am using my own funds, I'm gonna go with friends. I want to be around people I like doing what I like.
For sure. I mean, I think that's something that Michelangelo could speak to a little bit, right? Like you've been sponsored in the past where you've like been sent to like places or whatever.
Yeah.
You also had the fortunate position of like, no, I'm not only just going to get like paid to go to places, right? But
Yeah.
you're also like, I'm going with my boys who are also getting paid with me.
Yeah, it's perfect if it's like that. Just like Plague said, if it's on someone else's dollar, why not? Eventually, because I was doing it on my dollar, but like even winning, you were losing money because like hotels and all that stuff. So, once you get noticed and people are paying for you to go, why not?
Mhm.
That's the dream right there. That's the most fun. Do you see yourself like after Street Fighter 6, like another game's out? Or like, do you see yourself in the FGC? Like, do you love it enough to just be in it even after Street Fighter 6? Or are you just really competing because you love Street Fighter 6 and you're like, I'll stay for this, but I don't know where I'm going to go once this game dies and it's not in tournaments?
So I think that's a difficult question because I don't know what if there will be another Street Fighter game
Yeah.
after, what Street Fighter 7 would even be like, what
Yeah.
other kinds of games will be out after that. No idea. I do like Street Fighter 6. It's annoying. It's an annoying game. I hate it, but I do like Street Fighter 6.
Yeah.
But if for some reason it died completely and I just had to go with the other games currently out, probably not. Play Street Fighter 6 by myself. Run level 8 CPUs over and over again.
Yeah.
Die.
we were having a conversation. We joked about it slightly, where I was like, dude, I'll see certain people that are like, like Third Strike is like the truth. I'll never play anything outside of Third Strike, or I love Alpha 2, or like, dude, it's Marvel 3 or die, right, or whatever, right? Like, and I'm like, bro, like, look at this. Like, I felt like, dude, this is dumb, dude. Like, there's new games, there's new technology, there's new cool shit constantly coming out. And now I'm the guy that's like, dude, Mortal Kombat X is the truth. Anybody that tells you anything otherwise, dude, fuck them, dude. Like, so it's hard to imagine where it's like, hey, like you find something you love like that, like Street Fighter 6, and you're like, no, I'm just gonna commit to this and like this only.
Yeah, no, first of all, everyone looks at Third Strike as like the epitome of Street Fighter and all of it. I hate Third Strike. That game sucks. I hate that fucking game so bad. It sucks so bad. If you play anyone other than like 4 characters, you're dog shit.
Yeah.
There's just fucking, it's just tier list or die, dude. It's just
Listen, the guy who won Evo with Hugo, he's on some other shit. They need to drug test that guy. Because if you're not playing Chun-Li, Ken, or Yun, are you trying to win or not?
that's pretty good.
Yeah.
I'm sure another one of the youngins in our group, right? Fucking Katsu's gonna hear this, just like fucking find you later. I love the idea that there was probably like a Reading FGC meeting, and they're like, "What game should we add to the NKO?" Right? And then someone's like, "Yeah, let's do Third Strike," and you were just in the background being like, "That's fucking stupid, yo. Why the fuck would you do that?"
I think it definitely had its place, and I probably enter the Third Strike tournament, and I'm going to play Q and go 0-2, and then I'm going to complain all night.
Yeah, that's the best way to do it, dude. No matter what, if you lose, just complain. This game is trash.
Yeah,
dude.
Exactly.
That's sick, dude. I mean, so to Michael's point, right? Or do you see any of the other games that are coming out right now that you're like, you maybe like that you played any betas that you may be interested in, like, you know, like 2XKO, you know, Tokon, I don't know, those fucking whatever. Yeah, what are you thinking?
I hate 2XKO. That game sucks.
Die Hard.
Game's so bad.
just watch them, dude. Fuck that, dude. You like pepperoni pizza, dude? That shit's trash, dude. Just any fucking
Like,
just real strong opinions. That's good.
Yeah.
I like it.
I have very strong opinions, and then if you counter my opinion, I'll go fair. Yeah, that's a good opinion.
Yeah, but like there's no other like Invincible. Did you even give that a shot, or like Dark Tokon, for example?
No, I didn't play any of that. No, I went and played Sagat.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dang, Street Fighter.
More Street Fighter, yeah.
More Street Fighter.
Sagat's cool. But no, I played a little bit of 2XKO beta like 2 days ago. Didn't like it. I didn't play any Marvel Tokon. And it's kind of just Marvel Tokon is just like games that are already out, but with Marvel skins.
So that's what I've
It's
been hearing.
almost like we've heard this argument before.
Yeah.
Someone-
Evo.
Someone else who had a very strong opinion about Street Fighter 6 and just being like, bro, why would you play anything else? This is it right here.
It was a 20-minute rant. That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Do you know who we're referring to, Plague?
No.
It's someone who has a very similar attire to yourself.
Yeah.
Can you guess now?
No.
Not at all. No. Dude, has anybody else even dressed like suits or business casual, like else other than you? Who do you know right now that does that actively?
Off the top of my head, Michelangelo when he's commentating,
Oh, that's
low-key
fair.
flexing, and
That's it. There
Cattle
you go.
always him up.
Low-key.
Just said it right.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
like, okay, dude, so low-key flexing went on a 20-minute rant at Evo just describing on how like Marvel Tokon was basically just reskinned Guilty Gear.
Yep.
And just like, this is like the fucking, you know, whatever, right? And it was like funny to like, I wasn't even there, but it's just funny to hear how angry he's getting and just like how angry he's gotten at me for like the Mortal Kombat shenanigans, where he's like, dude, why are we doing this, dude? Put on fucking Street Fighter. This is what the people are here for. And I'm like, fuck you, dude. This is not what I'm here for, dude. You're lucky, you know, whatever, right? Like,
Nah. I think MKX is fun. I think that's a cool
Hey,
game.
see,
And-
good man.
This was MK1 at the time, right? So this
MK1
was,
sucks. I hate that game.
MKX.
I cannot agree with you more, dude.
Keep
It's
listing
fucking-
off games. I'll tell you how I feel about them
Let's go down the road.
negatively.
Yeah, let's just go
most
down
of
the list.
them.
That's fun or that sucks. I hate it. Okay.
Yeah.
How
Yeah,
do you
but
feel about Killer Instinct?
Loki really put it out there. Like he was like, I can't say he was hating on the game, but like that 20-minute rant, I was like, whoa, okay, because we were talking about it was like a 4-hour line at Evo or something. It was insane to play Marvel Tokon, and he was like, all these people are stupid. He's like, just go play Guilty Gear. It's out already, Like, and I was just like, oh damn, there's wall splats. It's an Arc System Works game. He's like, just play Dragon Ball Fighters. Like, it's the same damn thing. And you see it like that. We watched last week at your house. We were watching the tournament, Marvel Tokon. They were playing TNS was playing and stuff. And we started seeing the mechanics of it and how you only need one character. And it's like shared health bar, which in a tag fighter, a shared health bar is like kind of questionable. But yeah, I mean, now everyone's complaining that, you only need to really pick one character and there's no incentive, right, to tag out and stuff. But it is what it is.
I probably agree with that.
I'll still give it a go. You'll see what happens. Try it out. I just want 2 hours in training mode, and then I'll just make my decision from there.
I think it'll still be popular. Who knows? Will we have it at Evo? Probably. So, and MADHouse, who knows? In a corner somewhere.
Mhm.
So, maybe. Who knows?
One cabinet, maybe. But no. Other than that, in the Invincible game, I didn't get to play it. I don't have any opinions on it really. It kind of looked janky just from the footage I saw, but that has no correlation of how it felt playing it. I'm not super interested in it. Invincible's a good show, but I don't.
Are you into are you like a big show watcher? Do you like comics or I don't know, I know those are two separate questions.
Yeah, very different questions.
Okay, I guess my first question is are you into comics or anime or kind of stuff like that, any sort of animated media?
Yeah, definitely. I mean,
is there any particular hey, I really like Japanese anime, or I'm I'm into King of the Hill, or just American animated shit, or
King of the Hill rocks. That game, not game. That show is so that show is really cool. But I don't know. I like Berserk. Berserk is good.
Nice.
I saw your hoodie.
Yeah,
The Marcus
I'm wearing
Sacrifice
the
in the
hoodie.
back.
It's somewhere right now, but yeah, the manga is amazing. Great stuff.
Yeah, I will say unpopular anime opinion. If you have opinions, Evangelion's terrible. I hate that show.
what?
I'm actually with you on that one.
Yeah, Evangelion sucks so bad.
If I see this, they're gonna get mad at me.
I love Evangelion. Not necessarily because at first, someone fed it to me. They're like, yeah, bro, it's going to be I thought it was just going to be, they just didn't know. I knew nothing about it. And I thought it was just going to be another, oh, this is some anime mecha with fucking, some teenager in the cockpit. And it's going to be about the power of friendship. And then all these motherfuckers are dying and it's all this psychological shit. And it's it just felt good to just watch these characters suffer a lot, dude. It was that was sick. So
I mean,
don't
it's
know.
very well animated, but Shinji's a bitch, and I hate him.
Yeah.
That's why, dude. It was bro, if Shinji just I say this about a lot of animes, bro, dude, if MC wasn't a bitch, dude, it'd be sick, dude. And then yeah, no, I was about to go into a terrible rant. I was the one anime that didn't do it, and it's just it's a horrible anime that nobody wants to watch.
Which one is it? All right.
I'm bleeping that out for sure.
Nah, Evangelion should have been 2 episodes. One of Shinji being a bitch, and the second one where he dies. That was the whole show.
Damn.
That's sick. Okay, cool. Damn, you just you painted a target on your back now. Dude. Fucking,
I'm gonna get me.
someone from Guilty Gear or Under Night, dude, is just gonna fucking tackle you. Dude.
They know I'm right.
They know I'm bullshit, dude. I think Evangelion's sick for the record, so nobody come and fucking attack me. So
How do we get here?
no, I got never mind, dude.
Comic books.
We'll cut this up, right? Okay, so all right. But are you a big show watcher? Do you watch I don't know? Do you watch any do you like series like that? Do you ever binge watch stuff? Like, since you're, I don't know, in Chico, I don't know what the nightlife is there like, and I don't know what
The nightlife.
I don't know,
I
dude.
like that.
What do you like? What's there to do in Chico, right? Like, I'm assuming there's probably not a lot, right? So you just
Nothing.
kinda,
Not a single
violence.
thing.
besides Street Fighter, you're left to your own devices. Is that
So
Smoke crack.
in Chico, you can either do drugs and be a tweaker, or
Nice.
you can get really, really drunk at the bars.
The tweakers are like, let's go to Chico. Yeah, you're gonna have more tweakers.
I love like those rural towns like that. I had a friend call me up from my old job, and I'm like in the middle of my office, and it's one of those offices where all the cubes are like real low. And someone calls me up, and he's like, "Hey man, I'm thinking about buying a house in Tracy. What do you know about Tracy?" I was like, "Oh, I lived in Tracy, and I can tell you, dude. Growing up, dude, if you love crystal meth, you're gonna love Tracy." And
Oh my
he's like, "I
God.
love crystal meth," and I was like, "Then you're good to go, dude."
Yeah.
Like
Dude, it was funny when we were Atlanta and we were doing the vlog getting to Reading, and when we got out the car, we were in the and there's a lot of addicts just in the just like, you know, and we're like, why does everyone have the crack jaw? I thought I just noticed it because I have a thing for like crackheads and stuff. They just interest me.
like an affinity, like bro.
I don't know, Cherie. Like sometimes we're walking by the 7-Eleven, she's like, just don't engage with them. Come on. And I always have questions. But
you should walk out into the street and find a tweaker and then come do the podcast with them.
I felt like if like Atlanta's driving and he's like, he has to go inside for something, I felt like asking a tweaker, "Hey, come in the car." And like he just comes in the back, and like we close the door. Atlanta gets in the car, he's driving, and out of nowhere the tweaker's like, "Hey," he's like, "What the fuck?" That'd be fun. But no, yeah, Atlanta and I noticed like in Reading, we were like, "Whoa, this is crazy!" Like everyone is just like smoking it up in here. It's cool. Hey, it is what it is. Still a good time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got that.
I like
Chico. Oh, say that into the mic, Joey. Say that into the mic.
Those are our people.
Dude, Chico and Reading need like a 5v5, just crackheads. Like, who's better?
I agree with that.
What has the better drug?
What, dude? We're taking bum fights to the next level,
Yeah.
dude. You're like,
We're bringing it back.
Team FGC versus like in team fucking bum fight.
Yeah, we're bringing it back.
We gotta split them in half. So you know how there's like chess boxing? We gotta have like Street Fighter beating the shit out of each other. Like
Yeah.
you do like
We'll
a
be
first.
rich.
Yeah, you do like a. He's
Like
gone.
Joey had to
He
leave.
left. He left the building.
We'll be rich and on Dr. Phil.
Yeah,
That's how it goes.
yeah. First to 2 on Street Fighter. Whoever can kill each other fastest next.
Jeez.
Winner takes all.
We're on to something here.
I
Seen it
don't know if
here
we
first.
ever talked about that on the podcast or whatever, but I definitely described a point where I was like, dude, I want to do like chess boxing. I want to do FGC boxing, where it's like,
Oh, yeah.
you know, do a first to 2 and then do like a 3-minute round and then another first to 2.
Oh my God.
And then we'll just see what happens by like the 3rd round when you're just dripping blood onto the controller and shit.
Yeah, and the FGC, you're gonna see a lot of deaths.
Yeah.
Why? Because everybody's such a good fighter. They're like, bro, they're so fucking lucky, dude. That this
Now
doesn't-
cardiac arrest.
they're so lucky
Oh.
that I'm not able to do this shit in real life to somebody else, dude.
Right.
That's
Good times.
we got some athletes, dude. We always talked about like me and fucking Michelangelo like doing some sort of boxing in the very beginning of MADHouse. We talked about
Yeah.
this, like trying to promote into like a fighting like a tournament, right? And then like one of the things was like, yeah, I get to see the M and D fight, you know, over the A or some
Yeah.
shit like that, right? Like fucking like
Or Con in Atlanta.
yeah.
Oh my God.
Con in Atlanta is the main event, and me and Michael are the undercard.
Yeah.
Just trying to sell tickets. Okay, so I do have a question though, right? So you've been in the tournament scene for a little bit. You've been you've been traveling to all these other events and such like that. What are things that you think you would what are things that you think you would see or that TOs or organizers can do to basically make like maybe a better experience or something that where, you maybe saw somebody else do that, what are some things like ideas wise that can make tournaments just better in general?
Well, like these guys are doing, these guys are on top of it. The main thing that players like to see is player recognition. More that you're more than just a name on the screen. So having the like previous results thing, having the like, the character you play up on the side, having that kind of stuff where it's like, oh, like, the crowd gets to see who I am, and it's more than just like name, go. Like it gets to be more than that. Something like that. I think it's a lot more effort. I'm not gonna lie, but I think players really like to see it, and the crowd really likes to see it.
I know. Obviously, Joey and the team putting that together last night for King's Cup. I know Fitz. They also do that in a lot of their presentation as well. I know for us, we've had some hesitations around like implementing the exact program just because we didn't want to be like limited by somebody else's like work and stuff like that, right? But I think we're at a position where it's like Atlanta's taking over all the overlays and he's taking over all that stuff and ownership of it. And it's a direction where it's like maybe my hesitations might have been there, but we might just pull forward and just like do it, right? Just for the feedback that we're getting exactly from you, right?
Yeah.
It's just like, nah, man, if something goes wrong with their open source software, we get paywalled into it or something like that, then we'll deal with that at another point later, right? We can't be anticipating problems that are like not actually real or not actually there.
Yeah, there's nothing stopping you from just going to the way you're currently doing it. But then you can push forward. And if you need to, fall back, but pushing forward.
Yeah, exactly. And that's at least the thing that I like about us is we haven't been afraid to like, just try new things, right? Whether they be expensive or in that particular case, cheap, right? It's more of an effort limitation or more of an effort thing than like a resource limitation on our part.
Yeah.
Cool.
I like how there's still a party going on over there.
Yeah, everybody's still at my house in the backyard, dude. Do you see like people have been coming by like, dude, my uncle was earlier sitting here. I couldn't hear a single word he said, but just by looking at Nerd and May laughing,
they were laughing. May had to like run away. Like,
they're like, dude, what did he say? They're like, fucking, that was making them laugh so hard. I know it was about me because I was talking, right?
Yeah.
And then like the neighbors and stuff coming by and like taking pictures, like wow, we're like in the middle of this shit. Yeah. That's one of the reasons why we've never had the podcast here because like, there's always too much going on, and if the kids were here, it would be over, dude.
That'd be fun though. I think like a random occurrence of just like someone popping in on the stream is like pretty funny,
dude. My nephew always does that on my own personal stream where he'll just come in. I'll just shove him in the chest, dude. Just like get on my way, dude.
I've seen that, dude.
You were there when that happened, dude. It's so fucking.
I want to see a kid trip over one of these cables and go face first into the floor.
Just take all our hell of expensive cameras down with it, dude. And
what level of hurt would they have to be where you don't care about the cameras?
Fucking dude, they're like a limb would have to be like 3 feet away from them.
Yeah. They fall and they're just me at King's Cup, just like out on the floor, just like dead.
Yeah.
Jeez.
They would have to do it. For me to like actually be concerned, dude, they have to look like Peter Griffin on the ground, just like arm behind the back, like non-responding, right? Damn, they got themselves pretty good this time, dude. Like
break every bone in their body.
Yeah, they've been, dude. Because I've gotten hurt in like some crazy ways, dude, and it's just like just walk it off, dude. Just like you just broke your whole hand by punching this couch on accident, right? You just turned around way too quickly. Just go to the other room, scream, and then come back and act like nothing happened. It's like your hand is swollen for like a month. It's like, oh well, like you can. I guess you're not playing that much, fucking Xbox this month. Whatever.
I don't know about that one, dog.
I don't know, dude. I would do some interesting things as like a kid, right? So I expect my nieces and nephews to have. I don't know about pain tolerance, right? But just
opinions from Dakota. Ignore your injuries. Fuck the pain, dog. Just keep going.
I watched the Mighty Ducks as a kid, with the part where like the big duck like punches through the steel door, and he's like, "Pain is an illusion that really hurts."
Damn, I remember that show.
Yeah,
you said Mighty Ducks. I thought you were talking about the Disney movie, the kids and stuff. But you're talking about the cartoon.
Yeah.
Wow. Old school.
I should have specified, right? You're like imagining the actor and stuff.
Yeah,
like the
I was
kids
like,
are like
wait,
punching each other.
when did he punch through a steel door? Like, whoa.
I forget the main actor, dude. The fucking
Those are a
He
few
has
of
that
them.
syndrome or whatever now, that condition.
Wasn't Keenan
Michael J. Fox?
Thompson?
Yeah, Michael J. Fox, right?
Oh.
Yeah, I've never seen
Wait.
the movie.
No, it wasn't Michael J. Fox. It was a.
I don't even know what Michael J. Fox looks like.
Emilio
I'm just saying-
Estevez. Wasn't he the coach?
I don't know. I've never seen the movie. I was just throwing out names.
I have no idea what you guys are talking about.
I feel like
It's
Nerd's
an older
Nerd's
movie
looking
for
it up
sure.
right now. He's going to correct us.
Yeah,
He's going to be
he's
like,
aside. He's our Jamie. It was right, Emilio Estevez. Emilio. Come on, who's watched Night at the Roxbury's?
I haven't seen that.
No.
What?
No, I've just seen the GIF.
Gosh.
So I legitimately speaking, going back to your attire, dude, and talking about Night at the Roxbury, I
Mhm.
thought this was just like a long form joke of just like Night at the Roxbury, or just like you just decided to make that your personality or something like that. But then like you wouldn't like do any of like the bits from the movie.
Don't even know what that is.
You don't know what Night, dude. You need to watch Night.
Oh my God.
How
It's
have you guys not shown him Night at the Roxbury?
Oh.
What the fuck?
Whoa, no one watched it.
No fucking way.
Will Ferrell's in it. It's one of his first like
When did this come out?
98. Like, yeah, it's really old.
I wasn't born yet.
You were
That
not.
song,
Were you?
they sing "What Is Love" in it. Like, what is love? And they always do the head dance, the side tilt. You know, he's like, I broke the window again.
It was born, dude. Again,
Yeah.
our fact checker over here, Nerd in the Bay, MADHouse Nerd in the Bay.
Shout out.
He says 1998. The movie came out.
98. Wow, damn.
Yeah, so I was 4 when that movie came out.
Well, I was 10. Damn, crazy.
We're dating ourselves.
I wasn't even a thought in anyone's head.
You were not yet.
Nah.
Nah. Are you like? You only play E Honda.
Yep.
Like, do you ever think of playing another character, or is it just E Honda and that's that?
No, I play Dalsum.
Okay.
I wanted to play Sagat, but I'm terrible at DPs, so
Okay.
that dream's gone. I like playing characters who just steal your lunch money and run.
Mhm.
They all gimmicks, no substance. If you
Mm.
know the matchup, you win by default.
Okay.
But if you don't, then you're gonna get fucked.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's good. That's good.
I'm laughing because I was like, I'm pretty sure I saw Tree was also practicing and using like Dalsum as
Yeah.
well, right? So I'm just like, what's the theme there of Honda's practicing Dalsum?
Because they're both really weird characters that have really low pick rates. They what's the Honda, Dalsum, and Lily have constantly the bottom 3 most picked character in the game, always in almost every rank.
Yeah. So you like to maintain the illusion of like your opponent maybe not knowing the matchup as well as like them playing against, a top tier that they always play against.
Oh, all the time. You know how many EX slaps that I did on people's blocks and then kept doing my turn over and over and
yeah.
over again? That moves -3.
Okay,
They
yeah.
can take their
so-
turn. They can take their turn anytime they want.
But you're stealing it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they don't know.
You're knowledge checking.
Yep.
That's what it is. Yeah. Very nice. Very nice.
I do think it's cool that like an area like NorCal where, obviously we have like a lot of Shotos and a lot of whatever. It's like you're seeing a surge in like people playing Kimberly, which is also
yeah.
a character I think is like historically like not very well picked, right? But like, dude, like some of our best players in the area have been like E Hondas, right? Tree Wiz back when Rich Honda was still here.
Mhm.
Plague, like it's just like wild to see like this area breeding like all these. I don't know.
Yeah.
Scrubs.
It's just interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's always been a thing in like fighting games. Like sometimes Japan, plays the same game as America, but they have different top tier lists and stuff because they just, they play differently. It's very interesting.
Oh yeah, especially in like season 2.5, like right around when like Carrie came out, I want to say. Everyone in Japan was like, Zangief is like top 1. Like Zangief is like the best character in the game. And then I don't remember which pro player it is, but he sometimes left his stream running with a replay of Geef knee hopping over Blanca level 1 over and over and over and over again because he hated the guy. And then meanwhile in America, Geef is like, he was like high tier, not like top tier though. So yeah, that is interesting to see.
So I have another question. It's something that you brought up, as we completely dated ourselves, right? You're pretty, I don't want to throw out your specific age. I don't know if you want it
You
out
can say
there.
my specific. I don't know.
I actually don't know it. I think you're 19, right?
20.
You're 20.
20.
Okay, cool.
Turned 20 in August.
20 in August. All right,
So
cool.
you just turned 20.
On the 29th.
Wow.
Wow. Okay, cool. So I mean, like, talk to me. Like, yeah, it's something that was like pretty, like, I don't know, staggering to me was seeing like kind of like the age group of like all the different players that we have in our community. And I thought, like, for me, from the outside looking in, you're thinking like, oh, a lot of these players are going to be younger. A lot of people have a lot more free time. They're in college or whatever. But like from what I'm seeing, it skews a lot more older, right? For the most part, right? So what does it feel like for you in your case? Being on the younger side and then already performing as well as you have. Like, what is it? Do you feel like your experience is going to be like vastly different, or like do you feel like, I don't know, like is that a factor for you when you go to tournaments or when you have to interact with a lot of other people at these tournaments?
So it's not been like super noticeable in most interactions because you just talk to people like normal people. A lot of age doesn't really come into like normal social interaction, but there's a couple of things where I do notice it. Number one, at a lot of venues, specifically, we were just at a bar and then NK was at a casino. No one ever asked for my ID. Like the way I dress and the crew that I roll with.
Nice.
I'm over 21. You believe me. And then another one is old pro players that I have no idea who the fuck they are. And then these guys are like, yo, that was like so and so, like LPN. He was apparently really good in Street Fighter 5. And I put him into losers, and I have no idea who that guy is.
Yeah.
Okay.
I feel very similar in that similar vein where, me getting into like my first real fighting game was MKX. And I knew like the only person who like I was really starstruck or that I really wanted to meet was, funny enough, Michelangelo. It was Michelangelo and a couple other guys who played Johnny Cage, even though Michelangelo is not known as a Johnny Cage player, right? But it's just like, it's just funny that like for all the Street Fighter players, I was just like, oh, that's so and so, or this is so and so. I was like, yo, if they didn't play Mortal Kombat, they don't fucking exist to me, dude. Like,
Exactly.
I have no idea at all.
All the family members are getting drunk out there, and they're ready to come in here and barge in and be like, what's going on?
Yeah,
I like it. Always a fun time. See?
What? I don't know. I'm gonna be in the middle of. I just throwing up the two. He's like, hey.
They're gonna want to start arm wrestling in here. And stuff. May, you got to be the bouncer. Hold it down, May.
Yeah, but yeah, no. It's funny that you mentioned that too, right? Where like just like how you present yourself, or like how like if you act like mature, and just in what you just said right there, you treat people like people.
Yeah.
In a lot of cases, like your age or some other things like won't even come up, right? Even some members of like the Reading crew were like finding out their age today. There's like there's no fucking way you're this young, right? You act so mature for your age, other people. But yeah, no, it's just funny, right? We had a thing where there were some people that were below drinking age at the bar, and we just had to do like stupid shit to them, like make them walk around with like X's on their hands so that way they wouldn't drink alcohol.
I didn't get questioned. Not once.
That's super sick.
I paid Manny at the front. He's like, okay, go ahead.
Nice.
In either case, right? Like you don't drink alcohol to begin with, right?
No, it's not really my thing.
Have you ever tried? Have you ever started? Are you not a big partier, or what's the deal around that?
So I've said this, but not on here. My like main years of high school where people start getting into like partying and drinking and drugs and all that stuff was COVID. A whole thing, a whole operation was shut down. So I didn't really get like a social network going during high school. And so I didn't get that kind of like connection. So I just never started drinking. And then the few times that I've tried it, I didn't like the taste. So I was just like, that's not my thing. I have more recently, I've tried like shots and stuff, and it's okay. Like, but I'll never like sip on a beer because it's like I could just have something that tastes better.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Baja Blast.
Yeah, Baja Blast. Irradiate my organs.
We were not sponsored by Baja.
I was about to just spray Atlanta with fucking Mountain Dew.
I saw that too, actually.
You fucking
he took a sip and his head exploded. That'd be awesome.
This is the best sales pitch ever, dude. Yeah, it's so fucking good, dude. Mind blowing.
It's mind blowing. We need to have effects like that. We should have just
yeah.
Get ready.
I'm bleeping that. This is a bad week.
Yeah, I was about to say.
So no, it was the only reason why I asked about the whole drinking thing is I know a lot of people ask me in particular, like, Dakota, why don't you drink? Is it a religious thing? Is it whatever? And very similar to yourself, I was like, well, during that time period in high school when all my friends were just getting fucked up, I never partook, right? And they never really cared because I would drive them around, and my family never pushed me. Even though everybody in my family, like, there are people partying right now as we speak, right? Like 10 people in the backyard just getting down. They're like, well, if we need more beer or we need to go somewhere, well, Dakota's always down and ready to take us, right? Oh, like that was another thing too. Like when I would play Mortal Kombat back in the day, I would play until like, whatever. I'll start at midnight and play till like 2 or even like 4 a.m.
Mhm.
And I knew at some point, like that was the cool thing about fighting games. At some point, I was going to get a call from my dad. Hey, Dakota, come pick me up. And I knew like, hey, if I could wrap this match up relatively quickly, then I could just leave my house at any given point in time. It wasn't like some other games where you're committed to like, no, I'm playing for an hour straight, right?
Yep.
It's like, no, cool. You get to go in like, 10-minute bursts.
Mhm.
So it's just funny. Yeah, I drew a lot of parallels with that. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. I wonder what was your reason or what, if it was something like that or even people ask you about shit like that.
Yeah, no, I just it was never my thing. Didn't have people who did it around me. My mom was never really into it. We have some pretty bad like family history with that kind of thing. So it was just like, no reason to start.
Yeah. No, I definitely feel that.
Yeah, I think for us, a lot of us, the addiction is the gaming. It took us away. Everyone gets addicted to something. Luckily, because I when I was in high school, I didn't drink until I was like 22 when I started drinking. So it was like, I was already legal age and stuff. But yeah, it's good. It's good. I always say I think video games like really took me away from like being a Redding head and just start smoking meth. Dude, if there wasn't video games, I might be in Chico. I don't know. Doing something. Hanging out. It's on this corner.
Dude, you got the look, dude, already, dude.
Yeah, something's going on,
Nah, don't even do the drugs, but just roll with them. When they move, just keep going with them and be
that Greece guy. What the hell's wrong with this guy?
It's their leader, dude. It's
yeah. That mindset.
I always love that like notion of like, hey, I'm not gonna actually do the bad things, but I'm gonna be involved with the bad people. Just like
that's fun.
This is what's fun or whatever. No, yeah, that was me like constantly like I love like they're like, Dakota, do you ever get annoyed about that? Like people always drinking or partying around you? And I'm like, no, that's actually like my favorite, dude. When everybody, I don't know if you like care about that or not, but like I love it when people are fucked up around me and I instigate it so it gets like even crazier and crazier. Just so I have a story to tell, like after, like, hey, they may not remember this, but I will. Like,
I think you're just a bad person.
No,
I think that's more so the case.
I'm down. I'm down to have fun. That's my. I like the shit that you were saying, dude. You were like looking at my like family photos of me, and like instead of just being like, oh, you like you've had a consistent look or whatever, you're straight up like. So you've always had conniving eyes.
Yeah.
And I'm like, holy shit.
You've always looked like I know something about you, and you don't know I know this about you, and I'm going to hold it over your head.
I like it.
You look like you always have blackmail on everyone you look at.
I always have a scheme going. I'm always calculating.
Yeah.
As I always say to people, hey, I never play footsies in video games, but I'm constantly doing footsies in real life.
Yeah.
So that's one of my guilty pleasures of just like messing with people. I know you. I'm always trying to mess with you in particular, right? Because I'm always like, I brought this up on a different podcast before where I'm just like, hey, if I see somebody that's like really quiet, then that's like the person I want to hone in and I want to gravitate towards them. And I want to basically be like, how can I break them out of their shell? Or what can I say to basically like open them up or whatever? What have you thought about like my attempts to like try to like, I say involve, right? But like involve you in like all the bullshit or whatever.
I think it's funny. I think it's fun.
You think it's funny?
Yeah, I think that's funny. It's hilarious, actually. Seeing you operate is funny.
Just me or like the whole crew? Or like,
no, just you. Just
okay.
Specifically watching you weave your way in and out of like instigating things. It's funny. It's really funny.
Hey, well, that's the goal, dude. So long as it's entertaining, that's all I care
Yeah,
about.
I get to watch you plant bombs that I know will go off later.
That's good. That's a good way to put it. I like that.
I like it. Yeah. So I mean, I guess another point that brings up another point. Outside of fighting games, I mean, is there anything else you do a lot like that you really enjoy about, that you do with your free time, right? You're really into music. You brought up some like interesting artists like earlier. Is there something you do that you really enjoy like that?
I mean, for music, I listen to what Moose calls Mima music. It's
Me
all
what?
Mima music. It's all like 60s and 70s like music.
The time
Like
that
an-
I need this guy to actually like explain himself,
Yeah.
they both just left out the front
They
door of the
both did.
house.
They're
They
they're
got
gone.
diarrhea.
They-
They're
yeah.
outside.
Maybe
So,
get a
like,
burger from the back.
We gotta go shit, and we
Yeah.
need to run all.
Oh, there
yeah,
he-
you see?
He went to the
Hey.
bathroom.
Oh,
Yeah.
wait,
Yes,
Here.
he blew us
Blew
a
a kiss.
fucking kiss,
He
dude.
blew me a kiss.
No, I listen to like a lot of my music taste isn't like from my grandmother on my dad's side, and she always listened to like Simon and Garfunkel, the Eagles, Creedence Clearwater Revival, Fleetwood Mac, those kinds of people. So now I'm just like, yeah, this music is awesome. I like this music.
Yeah, it's pretty sick.
Yeah, and once I like something, I don't really try other stuff, so I don't listen to a lot of new music.
Fair.
Mm,
Okay.
Old soul.
Yep.
What about other hobbies outside of like fighting games? Are you currently like, do you like miniatures, or do you like, I don't know, what? Talk to me. What are some other hobbies you have?
Kind of just like other video games that also suck. Like I play
Like Disco Elysium, or like?
No, Disco
I mean,
Elysium's
that
awesome.
one doesn't suck.
No,
honestly.
I know nothing about it,
I play Valorant.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I know. And I play Balatro. Balatro doesn't suck. That game is good.
I do have an affinity for Balatro, not because I own it or I've ever played it, but all my friends are currently playing it, and or not currently, but a lot of my friends are playing it, and that has caused a resurgence in our poker groups.
Yes.
Where because of MADHouse, I do not want to keep up with our main poker group, where the buy-ins are like starting at $200, and by the end of the night they're like $2,000, and I'm just like, so let me get this straight. You just lost $6,000 tonight because you fucking suck. And I'm like, I'm not that good at poker, right? And as much as I would love to like gamble that kind of money, like the idea of spending that much outside of like and not putting it towards MADHouse would like kill me.
Yeah.
But like now, like everybody else who like knows nothing about poker because of Balatro, they're like, dude, let's get in there. $20 buy-ins. We're going big tonight. I'm like, sick. That's more of my speed. I could spend that and not worry about like MADHouse.
Yeah. No, for me, if I'm like gambling with friends, it's just to hang out with my friends and play games.
Mhm.
Like, I'm not spending money on that shit. You fuck yourself. Like
Dude, I got a poker table right there. You're telling me we all threw in $20 you wouldn't want to play right now?
I'm not throwing in $20. I'll play with you guys and I'll do some outrageous plays and then lose all my chips. And I'm like, I'm not giving you any money.
That sounds most certainly like an Atlanta move. Just fucking every single time, all in, just shove.
Yeah,
Just want to see what happens.
exactly.
My only goal is to get to the river. However we get there, it makes no difference to me.
It really is a Honda brained play. You shove all your chips in and you go, you gonna deal with it? You gonna call it? Huh?
Yeah.
One night I did play like that just for like shits and giggles or whatever.
Yeah.
Right? I was like, well, the game doesn't really start until we get to the $100 buy-ins, right? So let's just like accelerate this, and I'm willing to go down like whatever, however many buy-ins until we get there. And it was just like chasing. I don't know if the everybody at home knows anything about poker, but just chasing lots of like just open-ended straights, open-ended flushes, and just like all this other like shit. And I'm just like, nah, I can get there, dude. I have like so many outs. We can do this.
Yeah.
And like none of it ever like landing, dude. It's like, this is bullshit.
Oh, yeah, it never works, but it's really funny.
Yeah.
Just stone cold, all in every time, first round.
No, it's like it's for the first 3 hands of the game, it was like a shove. Like there's
exactly.
no fucking way that this isn't gonna pan out at least once.
Yeah, but no, the funniest part about it is how you hold yourself when you do that. I think.
Go on.
Yeah, when you do the shove, you need to make it theatric because that's the fun part of it. You shove it in and you say, "I've already won."
My poker group, we have, because obviously people are shoving pretty often, right?
Yep.
But my poker group, we have a someone is like with
I love how Atlanta was keeping it together. He was really trying. He's like, I gotta
what's
keep
so
it
funny?
together.
What the fuck did I say?
Don't worry about it.
People are shoving often. Is that phrase fucking
Yeah.
weird? Is that something?
Don't worry about it.
Dude, him and his Pokemon shirt can't help it.
Yeah.
I like it. It's all the Eevees. That's pretty cool.
When people are going all in often, does that make you feel better? When people are going all in often,
People in the
as
group
much
are
as we do.
shoving all the time.
He's, I'm never coming to Dakota's poker nights. What is this?
What do you mean, dude? It's fucking.
What is this?
By hearing that, he's like, "Wait, so is there room for one more?" Dude?
Yeah.
Fucking, wait, this guy actually.
I like it.
He loves shoving. It's
Yeah.
his thing.
Favorite skateboard move is a shove it.
But yeah, we have someone makes like 3D printed like little triangles, like little things. Like, hey, we throw them in and we signify. And they're really good at 3D printing, and they also do like woodworking. So mine says Dakota, all in. He wants the hot dog. That's what it says on mine in wood, because I'm always showing up with like 7-Eleven, just like hella fucking food and shit like that.
Uh-huh.
But yeah. So, hey, Moose, you busy? We got a question for you. What was the exact thing that you said, Plague? He calls the type of music.
You described the music I listen to as Mima music.
Yeah, what the fuck else is this called?
You go ahead and you say it to the mic. What the hell that means?
Yeah, what does that mean?
Like fucking Clearwater and Eagles and fucking like living it back up.
So are you the person that made up that word, me mom music?
Have you never heard that word before?
Oh no.
Never.
Mima?
Is it basically
What?
saying you're like you listen to old
Like
music?
an old white lady, like a Mima.
No, is that a Redding Chico thing?
That's not. How have you never heard this before?
Like yourself, I am
It's-
also sheltered.
it's pretty common in like the South.
So it's me mom.
This is not the
music.
South. This is
No, I'm saying. Okay, well, fucking. There's a lot of things that are, that's around. That's pretty popular down there.
I could go this.
Oh, in the middle of it. Oh shit. That's
Yeah, you're saying, yeah. I'm like, I'm
Oh.
looking around.
you better watch out.
To worry.
You better watch out. Oh damn. I like that. That was
This
great.
is almost as good as that.
I wish Blake could make an appearance.
Dude, where is Blake?
He's out.
Yeah.
Fucking knocked out.
Oh, because he's got to wake up hella early for
Before
work.
we
and
even
shit.
started, like he was on the couch watching your brother play Fortnite. He's like, this motherfucker. It's just like, but yeah, no, he looked already tired. I was like, man.
I don't think he slept when we got here yesterday morning.
He didn't take a nap like earlier in the middle of the day.
I don't think so.
I took a 5-minute nap and that did wonders for me, dude. I felt great.
I think he did sleep, but I think he slept like very little.
Yeah. He's one of the like behind the scenes guys that's very quiet and just does his work and like rarely seen.
I believe he's our audio guy, correct?
Audio, video.
He's the assist. He's the layup.
He does everything on the events on the audio, video guy.
Nice.
Yeah, he's down a soldier
Yeah,
for
we have
sure.
a music channel in our in the Reading FGC Discord. He'll say some like runes, like he's just speaking in tongues in there, going like, it's like this is like a certain like gigahertz output with like a dual bass audio train, like
He knows.
What's fucked up is I probably have an idea of what he was fucking saying, right? Just by like
He's
whatever.
talking about
little-
headphones.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, if you have so many ohms, then it's gonna fucking do right?
yeah, something like that.
I really, dude, I really like interacting with Blake in particular, just because he's so quiet that I'm like, dude, like just in your same way how like you don't really talk, right? For the most part, you don't speak unless spoken to. He is that to an even more degree, right? Like we were doing a sound check earlier, and I was like, hey, can you speak into the mic to make sure that it switches properly? And he just threw his hands up, and I was like, "Just sit." He's like, like he didn't know what to say, right? And I was like, literally, just look into the mic and just go, ah.
You make a noise, yeah.
And he just put his hands up again, and I was like, "Fuck!" All right, so I got up and did it myself. But he's like so fucking quiet, dude. That's why I always fuck with Blake. And
I don't speak unless spoken to because I like observing. I like watching everything happen.
You don't like maybe just throwing out like a little like fucking let's see how they react, and let's I don't know, let's try to gather more information through action.
I mean, I do like sometimes I interject when I have something I think will be funny, but like especially if I'm rolling around with you, I want to see you harass some people because I think it's really funny.
It's almost a guarantee.
Yeah, exactly. If I'm near you in any given social situation, I know you're going to start something, and then I want to see how they react.
Whether this is like, wow, Dakota's about to start a fight, or fucking, oh, this is about to be hilarious.
Exactly. Yeah.
Oh well.
Watching you sit next to Marshall at Denny's.
What did I say? I don't even remember. The only thing I remember about that Denny's trip was just like fucking, I forget his name, laughing, Moose making
Terrence.
Terrence, thank you. Terrence nonstop laughing while Moose was like putting napkins in his mouth, trying to like fucking gag himself from like him not laughing.
Yep.
And then him going outside and then fighting with the homeless person. Like, dude, did you play Freebird?
Yeah.
Hey, we're gonna go back to the house to play Rock Band, dude. You know who's not coming? This guy, because he can't play Freebird.
Damn.
At like 3 a.m.
Yeah.
No, it was less about what you said to Marshall and more watching your face as he would speak and then pause for like half a second and then continue speaking. And then he kept doing that for like the entire time you were at Denny's.
Yeah.
And then watching you realize he's never going to stop.
I love Marshall. Yeah, he's a very sincere dude. He's
awesome.
He seems like a kind soul, but he also does not shut the fuck up, dude. Like straight up. But he's a cool guy. I would love to kick it with him, and hopefully next time he'll make the trip. And he's always welcome to stay here. But yeah, I expect him to come here and never shut the fuck up.
Yeah, he's a single man improv group. Like it's like you in like a conversation, you speak to someone, and then they hear what you say, and it reminds them of something, and then they say something to you. He does that, but with his own words that he previously said.
Dude, it's a gift, dude. It's
awesome. I love Marshall. He's so cool.
So speaking of observing, right, and like speaking at Denny's, dude, what was going through your head?
So specific.
What was going through your head when you caught me observing you as you were drinking all the creamers and shit?
It's 2 creamers.
Dude, you almost killed the entire. I was about to call it a bucket. You killed the entire bowl of creamer. Did he not? Even Moose is like
everywhere he goes. They got creamers. He's talking about.
He's about it. He's about the creamer.
Look, vanilla creamer is really good. And I don't drink coffee, so I'm not gonna buy vanilla creamer.
That is the punchline to a joke where I got into it with a friend. He was an online friend who I'd never met, and he ended up leaving our group because we fucking bullied him too much. Thankfully, and they're like, "Where is he?" I was like, "Yeah, he's probably in Seattle, dude. You know, Seattle being a very big coffee town, right? He's probably in Seattle, fucking, drinking all the creamer and none of the fucking coffee. That fat ass." And yeah, just fucking. Yeah, I don't know. So that was honestly what was going through my head as I saw you just like ripping him open and then fucking slurping him back. And I was like, man, I really hope that guy's up to no good right now. Not you, but the other guy, right? I was wishing ill will upon somebody else entirely. So maybe that's why I had the face that I had.
Like I said, you have conniving eyes.
But your response was so fucking good. I loved it so much because you called me out on my bullshit like right away. You were just like, if you're gonna, what do you say? You said if you're gonna judge me, or
I said, look me in the eyes when you judge me.
And that was like one of the more direct and forward things I heard like in a while, and I was like, dude, that was fucking sick, dude. That was awesome. I think I said something like, "Nah, you got the message. I don't need to," or something
like that. You have a very good side eye. I can tell you hate or judging or something. I don't even know the emotion you're putting on your face. It's despicable. I'll call it that.
Oh, shit. That's pretty good. I like that. So we've been talking for a while now. We've been
Yeah.
talking for about hour 35 minutes.
Yeah.
With 5 minutes of that probably going to get cut.
Maybe.
Maybe more.
Hopefully not. Hopefully it's just
What do you mean? No,
Release
you
it.
talked about
release it all.
just fucking dude. Just like 5 minutes of this is just bleeped out, and we're over here like,
Yeah.
Yeah, the uncut version. Michelangelo gets canceled.
Yeah. Fuck
Yeah.
Fuck it.
let's go around. So actually, here I do have a thing I want to put out there, right? Joey Moose, I know Joey in particular had some questions in particular that he wanted to know about Plague in particular. Well, this is your opportunity right now. What are maybe some questions that you want to ask that maybe somebody at home wants to know about your star player?
I'll answer any question.
I had something earlier and I don't remember. Probably you want.
That's also a wireless mic. You can take it out of
You
that
can take
thing.
it out. Yeah. Just
Just check your audio levels out there.
We got into it a little bit about the suits.
Mm-hmm.
Since middle school, what was it about the suits? Why? Like, I'm gonna wear a suit.
Yeah.
I'm never not gonna wear a suit.
Yeah.
Why? What is it about? It's just like I'm gonna give every day my best. I'm like the most well dressed. I'm combing my hair. I'm in a suit. Let's get it. What is it?
You know how some people dye their hair to look different?
Yeah.
You know how no one wears a suit? That's my version. In middle school, it was like, well, if I want to look different, I'm not gonna do something like dye my hair or anything because everyone here has dyed hair and does that. So I'm gonna go the opposite way and I'm gonna look more professional because that's way different than how everyone else looks. And then since then, it's kind of just been like a commitment. It's like, well, I already have the
You've gone too far.
yeah. I'm in too deep.
Yeah.
I couldn't change my look if I wanted to.
Damn, I can imagine your closet. Like,
Oh yeah,
do you not have like regular clothes?
regular clothes.
Yeah, I was like, what the fuck are regular
Like
clothes?
non-suit clothes. Non-suit.
I also love how this guy sees low-key flexing in business casual, and he's like, dude, that's a suit. And it's like, no, it's fucking
It's
not.
not a suit, but yeah, it's different.
I don't. No,
No, you don't have anything besides suits.
I have suits and I have Hawaiian shirts and then undershirt, underwear, socks, and that's that.
With my suits, like when I went to King's Cup yesterday, I always wear like a regular like t-shirt, and then I wear my like dress shirt.
Yeah.
Usually like because maybe you sweat or something. Oh, you do it too?
I do the same thing. Yeah.
Okay.
Every suit I wear, undershirt underneath every time.
Wow.
You can
okay.
see it in a lot of the King's Cup footage. I have the white undershirt poking out through the
Okay.
Yeah, I was curious about that. I was like, man, if you're gonna like unbutton your top button and then like wear like loosen up your tie, why not wear a tank top?
Nah.
I respect it.
I don't like
Tank
my
top
shoulders
is-
not being covered.
Yeah, or like because the armpits too.
Yeah,
You
that
want your
too.
armpits covered to not sweat on the suit shirt.
hmm I also I don't mind like my undershirt being seen. I like with the whole loose tie and everything. I like looking professional and then like a little bit less than that. Like a little bit like something happened to this guy, or like he's a little loose, or like
I'm sure there are plenty of people looking at you being like, wow, he's loose.
yeah.
I could imagine you swimming in a suit. Like that's your everything.
Oh my God.
You're at the beach in a suit.
I don't really like swimming.
No. You know how to swim though, right?
I know how to swim.
Okay,
yeah,
okay, but
yeah.
you just don't like
I
it.
don't like. I like the action of swimming, but the entire point from which you get out of the pool to where you're then in a dry environment is I hate it. I hate it so much.
Yeah, I
in
know
the
what you mean.
like being in wet, like
Yeah.
clingy clothing and being cold and wet in the air. I hate it. I
Yeah.
hate it so much.
I see. Yeah, that's when I go to Santa Cruz. That's one reason I don't go in the water because I'm just like, the sand after.
Yeah.
You have to wash. Like I don't know.
Yeah, no, I dislike it very much.
Hey, so for our viewers at home, is there like a brand you stand by?
Not a single one.
Not just whatever works.
I buy the cheapest thing that fits on Amazon.
I respect that.
Okay, so
Shout out to Amazon.
Amazon Basics, I guess. Sponsor us, please.
You get your suits on Amazon?
Yep.
Wow. Okay. And is that where you recommend if someone's like, I'd like to get suits like him and look cool and play Honda? Is that where is that where they get it? You would recommend?
If you want to look nice, don't buy things off of Amazon.
Okay.
If you don't have that much money,
Yeah.
it's a great
Amazon's
option.
the way.
Yeah.
Legitimately, I thought like the whole bit was like you were going to different Goodwills and such and just like buying like suits maybe just a little bit oversized or whatever because A, they're cheap, and B, it's very different to present yourself in that way. So I thought that's what you were doing. That's why I asked you, hey, yesterday I asked you at King's Cup, I said, what's your coat size? And you were just like, what do you mean? Right. I was like, then you gave me a letter instead of a fucking number. And I was like, that's not what I was looking for at all.
I don't know my actual coat size. I have broad shoulders, but I'm fucking small. So buying a jacket that it both fits my shoulders and doesn't droop really low because it's meant for a taller person is not possible.
Yeah, it is.
Nah.
That's bullshit.
Not on Amazon.
Not on Amazon. I would have to get it like fitted.
Yeah, you get like a 53 short and then you get it fitted after that.
Yeah, I don't care enough.
Oh my fucking God, dude.
Is there a special suit that like you maybe paid a little more for?
Nope.
Oh, okay. Nice. Okay.
It's all done cheap.
Yeah.
I don't have that much money.
Smart. Yeah. That is smart because you know this is gonna be your fit.
Yeah.
So
if I start making good money, I'll fit all my suits. Sure. But till then, nah. They can just fit poorly. I don't care. Okay.
It works.
That's blasphemous. I don't know. Me growing up, I wore like a lot of suits, right? Like because I was always I had a girlfriend who really wanted to go to like lots of dances and lots of stuff like that. And my family also, I was like very religious, so I went to church like often. They would get me suits for church, and then I could double them up and use them for like the dances and such.
Yep.
But it was just like I got really into it about like, hey, what's the deal with ties? What's the deal with different knots? What's the style? Why am I having to wear this fucking zoot suit to this fucking quinceañera or whatever? Right? Like this shit is ugly as fuck. As funny as I still had that suit for a long time, and I ended up giving it to my brother, dude. They start calling it the Steve Harvey and shit, dude. It was crazy. It was like a charcoal gray metallic like blazer with like silver pinstripes, and then you open it up and the lining was like all like bright silk red. It was a crazy suit. And it was like extended, like it was longer than it should have been. But yeah, dude, I love suits, so it's just like to hear that is like, nah, dude, give it a shot, dude. It's like it's not necessarily vain, but I love investing in like a good piece of clothing where it's like you can wear this for years and years and years, and then like, you know, I'm not saying you can pass it on, right? But it's just like, yeah, it's just something.
All right. I believe you believe that. I'm poor.
Joey, I felt like you had a question earlier before we go any further.
Yeah, I've always wondered, would you rather?
Nice. Here we go.
And we cut it there.
Juicy stuff. Now we were talking about what was the question I asked you? Freaking about Canelo Alvarez for $100 million. Canelo Alvarez.
Yeah.
And you were like, yeah.
And you're like, yeah, dude, like dude, for sure.
Give me $500.
I give. No. We're getting too deep now.
I do basically anything for $100 million.
Nice. I mean, yeah. I like it.
You fucking billionaires listening.
Yeah. You said it passionately. I like that.
100% believe that.
Fucking nerd in the bay over here losing his shit behind the cameras and shit.
Yeah. Well, damn. It looks like we're cutting it close. What do you guys think? Any more questions or anything?
I think we covered a lot of ground. We do appreciate you for being on the podcast so late, especially after, making you wait through a bunch of things that you didn't really care about, like boxing and stuff.
These are my normal operating hours.
Yeah.
I go to bed at 5 a.m. on normally.
Damn. Then I'm glad we hit you during business hours then, dude.
The only reason I was spent yesterday was because I also woke up really early, which I'm not used to. I woke up at like 8 in the morning, I think. Something like that. I usually wake up at like 12:20.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I feel it.
Average, regular 20-year-old, how it goes and stuff. It's nice. It's good. Well, hey guys, this was a good one. Reading FGC here, freaking, in the back.
Big shout outs to Reading.
Big shout outs to all of them things. I'm surprised you guys lived through Dakota. I know you like to torture people when they sleep over. Like, what's his name? Freaking,
Soft Josh.
Soft Josh.
You got a hotel. That was crazy.
Yeah. Before we wrap this up, I got to tell this story at some point.
Yeah.
I told this to like maybe Moose or maybe Blake earlier, but we had a gentleman who came over. He slept over at here. And I made this like offhanded comment to him at Evil. I was like, yeah, man, if you ever want to and you come to the Bay, you can crash at my house, save your money on the hotel. Everything will be fine. And then he tells me like a week. He asked me like 2 months or something in advance. And I said, yeah, whatever. I don't even think about it.
Uh-huh.
And then like a couple days before he's about to fly in, he's like, hey, we're still good. And I'm like, yeah, I think, we're good. I think we should be good. All right, cool. He comes in. He's, we fucking, I put him through the gauntlet, right? Where it's just like, he's rolling with us, me in Atlanta. We're going to different events. We do King's Cup. He's just tired as fuck.
Uh-huh.
And then the next day we're still going out and we're still doing things.
Uh-huh.
And he cannot keep up. He's just like, look at, man, fucking, you guys are just doing too much. I'm just going to stay at the house and sleep, whatever. Right. And then we take him out later that night, the fucking tipsy putt. And he's over here like, dude, we're going to pick up on girls. And he never even talks to any girls and stuff. And I'm putting on like my flyest tracksuit. And every time we come back to the house, he's like trying to sleep, but my nephew is here. And my nephew knows he plays Tekken because as soon as he arrived, they played Tekken. So my nephew just keeps tapping on him right while he's on this couch that we're on. Hey, let's play Tekken. Hey, do you want to play Tekken? He's like 6 at the time. Let's play Tekken, 6 or 7. Let's play Tekken. And finally, this dude just like, I can't fucking, like, even when I tried to rest, like Atlanta and fucking Dakota left to go party and go do other shit, I still can't rest here. So he ended up being like, I'm getting a fucking hotel. And just like, that was it. He never came back ever again.
Yeah. Oh, shit.
Well, yeah, that's what I was saying, dude. It's like you've seen him on my stream. You know what's up.
Yeah. Shouts to Calvin. Cool kid.
Yeah.
Soon.
I guess so. Yeah.
Right?
It's on site with that kid.
It's on site. Damn. Don't play Tekken. He'll come after. He'll come after you.
That's why I don't play Tekken.
Well, hey guys, thank you very much for all that's doing. We had, dude, some of the deepest talks we've had on this podcast. Crack, fucking, dude, all that good stuff. It was a fun time. It's like, it's wild out here. We're having a
Don't
good time.
forget
Yeah, we're all. Watch out.
Even if you, I know you're cutting this out. You need to clip this last part and send it to me.
Yeah.
Oh,
Dude, I'm gonna be blackmailed so much by all you guys. Everyone's gonna have a clip,
Yeah,
and then you're like,
I need
blackmail time.
this clip.
I'll be like, Cherie, it's all gone. It's all gone. I had to, but hey, they took it all. I talked too much. But no, this was great. This was a great time. Good laugh. Probably some of the most laughs we've had on the podcast and stuff. So hey, thank you guys for the laughs and stay mad.
Stay mad.
Stay mad.